time, and though it wasn't easy, when life gave me lemons, I would still keep it peachy. Before there were tight beats, I would burn my instrumentals on the CDs, upload the songs on Reverb Nation. That was the intro to streaming. My self-esteem was high, but quality was trash. Mike from Toys R Us recorded on Audacity, started to gatekeep my songs. Nobody saw my transformation into my growth, felt all my backup plans. Couldn't articulate my thoughts, I had to find balance. But now I'm on a state tour with Maestro and his mans. I used to chill in the crowd, but now I'm killing the stands of Myrtle Beach, Flowtown, Columbia, Charleston. Yeah. Listen, I'm so happy for me. I came a real long way from that average teen who was surrounded by folks who made it hard to believe that a little country girl could go live bigger dreams. Yeah, this is passion to me. I used to be a shadow artist, now I'm finally free. I came a real long way from that average teen. Yeah. Before Simmy, before Simmy, there was Aubrey. Before Aubrey, there was Breezy. Been doing this a long time, and though it wasn't easy, when life gave me lemons, I would still keep it peachy. Before there were tight beats, I would burn my instrumentals on the CDs, upload the songs on Reverb Nation. That was the intro to streaming. My self-esteem was high.
Welcome to the Breaking the Silence podcast. I am your host, Arthur Nikki Nicole. Here I believe in winning together and creating a safe, supportive space for people to share their stories and start their healing journey. My passion is to help people confront hidden battles, embrace their truths, and take steps towards a more fulfilling life. Every episode is designed to break the silence on topics that often go unspoken, leading to conversations that uplift, inspire, and transform. Join me as we break the barriers and find strength through shared experiences, one story at a time.
Don't push me, please, cause I'm close to the edge like a ticking time bomb, and I'm hanging by a thread. Say I'm too damn calm, detonate at any moment. They think just because I'm quiet I won't shock them with this voltage like I'm Pikachu thunder waving on my opponent. I'm chill but you irking me while I'm giving you warning that I don't know what I'm capable of. When pushed to a level of heights it ain't a returning now from, so back away from me cause I love.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Breaking the Silence. I'm your host, Arthur Nikki Nicole, and today is the day that I'm putting my artists that are coming across the platform to perform for the BTS Level UP Showcase. So today's guest is Simmy Nova. She's already been on the platform before, but we're swinging back again to see what she's been up to since the last conversation we had. She is an artist from my favorite place in the whole wide world, South Carolina. Stand up. She is an audible novel that's capable of being continuous series. Now that's powerful. When I read in her bio again, I was like, what? Not a continuous series. So listen, y'all get ready. So after her countdown, welcome her back to the platform again.
See you. Yeah. Before Simmy, there was Aubrey. Before Aubrey, there was Breezy. Been doing this a long time, and though it wasn't easy, when life gave me lemons, I would still keep it peachy. Before there were tight beats, I would burn my instrumentals on the CDs, upload the songs on Reverb Nation. That was the intro to streaming. My self-esteem was high, but quality was trash. Mike from Toys R Us recorded on Audacity, started to gatekeep my songs. Nobody saw my transformation into my growth, felt all my backup plans. Couldn't articulate my thoughts, I had to find balance.
What's up? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So tell me what you've been up to since the last interview we had.
Man, I've been moving silently, but I've been moving.
Yeah, I've been seeing you. I was like, look at her. She doing more. You doing more. I see you doing more content now too. Because the last time you wasn't doing a lot of content. You was like, yeah, I got to step up my game.
Hey, you told me I didn't have an internet presence, so I had to work on that.
And you good it. I was like, whoa. So for people that don't know, tell them how you met the mic. You and the mic came into existence.
It's funny because the last time you asked me that, I gave a really short version of that. I basically said it started in the church, but to piggyback off of that, it started in the church, and then as I grew older outside of the church, music ended up being an escape for me. So over the course of the years, when I feel like personally music started to decline, I'm like, I need to make the type of music that I want to hear. I didn't know that at the time, but in the back of my mind, something was always there telling me to do that. So ninth grade, I started with poetry, like little simple poetry. And then I ran into some guys at school who were doing it, and they were trying to gatekeep. Like they wouldn't put me on with what they were doing. But eventually, I ended up touching the mic for the first time, and I knew, I knew.
So now you gotta tell me. Now we know that Simmy Nova is a stage name. So tell
Yes.
me the story behind your stage name.
So it's funny because that last preview song that you just played was basically how I felt about my journey into music. That's exactly what that was. That's called Savior Freestyle. It's me and my sugar lyricist. I started off with Breezy because my family calls me Bree. But then when Chris Brown started calling himself Chris Breezy, I ain't want it no more.
Right.
So then I'm like, all right, cool. I started calling myself Lil Aubrey. But eventually, within the last couple years, actually, I'm like, oh, I'm not little anymore. You know, they had that whole little thing where it's like, all right, Little Wayne ain't little no more. Little Bow Wow ain't little no more. And I'm like, all right, I ain't little no more either. So I knew it was time to change my name, and I knew it was time to do it with a purpose, you know?
Right.
So Simi just comes from a cooler version of Simone.
Mm.
Like my whole persona is cool, and my middle name is Simone. So that's where Simi came from. Nova is from the mysterious aura that I give off. And it's like I don't say very much, specifically if I don't know you. I don't say very much. But it's like when I do, it's like a blast in the sky. So that's where Nova came from.
Whoa, interesting, interesting. So
Yeah.
how do you approach your writing lyrics that's both personal and
Hmm.
relatable to others at the same time?
So right now I'm working on the personal part of it all.
Mm,
Um, I've always been known to write introspective stories and to write stories that people can relate to. The issue's never been relatability, my bad. But being more connected with myself. So learning how to add me into the relatability.
mm.
Yeah.
So how do you define success as an artist? Do you measure it by the impact, the personal growth, or something else entirely?
So initially, of course, it used to be the views and the likes, and somewhat in a sense now, impact and engagement, which we're working on that part as well. But for me personally, it's more so how I feel about what I put out and how much I'm actually living up to what I put out.
Right, right. But it's hard though because everybody jumping on these trends, to go viral. So how
Hmm.
do you stay authentic and all of that? Saying, listen, I'm gonna stay true to myself regardless of these trends that are out there.
I don't even try. That's not something I try to do. Like I have no choice but to do that. I'm not one to. I don't know. I've never been one to jump on trends. I've tried to do it and I didn't like it to the point where I just wouldn't put it out. So being authentic to me, that's something that I feel like I was born with that.
I know that's born with it. Oh, I love how you put that born with it. Wow. So how do you think music, reflects the society we live in, and what ways do you hope that you would challenge or change the world around you because of your music?
Again, like I said, a lot of the stuff that we see now, I won't call it negative, but it's not necessarily positive either. So I feel like a lot of us are kind of in a vibration of limbo almost. And it's like, I'm at a space in now personally where intentionality,
Yes.
intentionality. So I'm very intentional about what I put out there. I'm very intentional about the way that I present things. Like, I just hope that I can shift the mindsets of people who are in the process of becoming aware. Let's
Right.
say that. Not
Right.
necessarily people that are aware or people that are healing or healed, which I don't think that's a thing to be completely healed, but
Right.
people that are in the process of becoming aware to more or going through that process of, okay, I know it's time to begin healing. That's where I think I am.
Wow. So has there been any moment, during this journey where you was like, I'm questioning my path as an artist and, you know, I'm not doing
Absolutely.
this anymore. And if it was that moment, what brought you back to your music again and say, I'm gonna do this again?
Whew. That's a loaded question. So I started, like I said, I started when I was in ninth grade, and I was 14 years old at the time. 13, 14, something like that is when I initially started writing. So once I was always one to doubt myself anyway, even in that authenticity, that's a big word.
That was
Even in that, it's like, okay, like you said, it's hard to do what others do or hop onto trends, and that's the stuff that I need to be doing to put myself out there. So that doubt creeps in when it's like, all right, you're different. What do you do with that?
right.
So between the ages of about 14 and I'm going to say right on up to, I'm 28 now, right on up to about the age of 24. That's a
Mm,
cool 10-year span of me in limbo and not knowing whether I actually want to do this or not. And so much has happened along the way that kind of just pushed creativity to the back burner. I had to spend time getting out of survival mode so that I could make space to create.
mm. Wow. So what brought you back? When was that pivotal moment where you said, you know what, I spent 10 years, in that place where I didn't really know if I want to do this, but now I want to go back into this. What happened to make you go back into it?
In 2022, life began to fall apart for me. I had a huge tower moment. I was fed up with my job. I'm getting ready to lose I'm losing money at the job that I was making and my bills are steady rising. I'm balancing motherhood. Like I'm juggling all these different things. I'm losing friendships. Like everything was going. I'm sick at I had caught COVID for the first time in 2022 and it felt like my whole world was falling apart. And music, the verse the first verse that I wrote to Cage Bird came out of that. And it
Mm,
came so easily compared to everything that I had ever wrote before. So I'm like, that's my way of expressing myself. That's it.
mm. You've been running ever since.
Yeah, yeah.
Running ever since. Man. So if your album could bring, could come to life
Hmm.
and interact with the listener, what would you think their first reaction would be or the interaction they would have from just listening to your music?
Mm. I would say they would either be magnetized, as in wanting to hear more, or completely rebel. And that's how people are when they first get to know me as a person. So it's only right that that first album represents the same thing.
Now you have a lot of different blends of music, because I've listened just about everything that you put out. You have a different blend of music. So if somebody that's never heard of your music, never heard it at all,
Hmm.
how would you describe that to them? Versus say a particular artist, how would you describe your music?
I would say I'm an introspective artist and I blend that with hip hop and a hint of neo soul.
Mm. So if your music could speak directly to your soul now, what do you think it would say to you about where you are right now in life?
You're exactly where you need to be. Don't rush the process. I know you have places that you're trying to get to, but you can't jump steps. This is the part of the process. Enjoy that.
But you've been winning. I said, look at her. She's all over the place. You've been going to different events. You've been doing a lot of different things since the last time that you came across the platform. I was like, she really doing her thing now.
And you know what's crazy? Me being on this platform has been the reason for some of those opportunities. So of course I'm grateful for that. Yeah, people watch your show. They watch your show for different artists, and when they resonate with someone, they reach out. That's how that works. So
Nice.
you keep doing your thing too. You know
I love it, man. That makes me happy. You're gonna make me cry up here on this.
that. You remember that trip that I took to Alabama? Because I
Yeah.
took my first trip out of South Carolina. That was because the guy saw me on this show. Yeah,
Wow. I'm so proud of you.
yeah. Thank
Wow.
you, thank you.
Dang,
I appreciate you. I do.
man, I appreciate you too, man. So if your music were to be remembered
Hmm.
for just one message, now one message, what would you hope that message would be?
Everything that you need is within you. You can use external resources. You can use your friends. You can use the internet. You can use books. You can use sounds. You can use meditation. You can do all that, but it's all within you. You don't need it, but it'll get you to where you need to be though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So now when you look back over it, how the old folks say, when you look back over your life
Hmm.
as a musician and your journey, what do you wish that you would have known when you first started, that could have possibly changed, your approach to making music?
I don't know that I would change anything. I was just thinking about that earlier today, and I was asking myself, I'm like, would you even be where you are right now, or who you are right now, or the version of yourself that you are right now, had you not been through the exact situations that you've been through
Mm.
to a T?
So what's
I
coming
don't
up?
know that I would.
You know what you changed. But you know what? I think honestly, everything that you go through in on your journey is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And it shapes you as a person, an artist, or whatever you're doing in your life. It shapes you, and you have to go through some of those bad things in your life in order for
Oh,
you to
yeah.
do good things.
And I see
So
it like this. With I'm teaching myself to see it like this now. Bad things aren't necessarily bad things.
exactly.
If it's bad, it's a push for change. And if you get stuck, it's because you're resisting it.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree. I agree. So what's coming up next for you besides the BTS level? What's coming up next for you this year?
So I have a few opportunities that are presented themselves to me this year, which I have to sit down and schedule out because we're 2 months in, and there's a lot of opportunities. So I've got a few shows that I have potentials to do. I'm currently working on two EPs. One's a collaborative tape, and my personal one is actually a couple of songs away from being done.
Jeez. So why do you choose to do an EP over album? I have to ask this question because I noticed that a lot of artists are not doing albums anymore, or at least they're not coming out with them fast anyway.
Hmm. So years ago, when I first started doing this, people would always want to be signed. That would be their first thing that they would want to do as an artist. And it's because the labels, from the outside looking in, the labels would build you up as an artist.
All right.
Labels aren't doing that anymore. They're expecting you to come in already developed and basically capitalize off of that, low key. But we won't get into that.
Mhm.
Um, so initially, me wanting to have myself together would be the main thing. Me wanting to build myself up, and that costs a lot of money. It does. So I'm thinking, start small.
Right.
Start small. Start with YouTube beats. Start with leases, and then you can put more money into the image that goes behind everything. And then once you build your network and your audience and who you are as an artist, then you put more money into building an album. Why would I want to put out an album and nobody knows who I am? I'm putting my heart and my soul into that. Like,
That's true.
and as much as we say we don't want validation, it's like, nah, you want people to connect with you. You want people to resonate with you. You don't want to put your all into something and
Mm-hmm.
it just completely go unnoticed. Nobody wants that.
Mm-hmm. You're right. So you got a question. I said, let me pay attention to some of these comments coming in. I be
Yeah.
engaged in my conversations. I don't be paying attention to the comments. Yeah, they want to know what is your link to check out your music.
So I am under Simmy Nova on all platforms. That's gonna be SIMMY apostrophe NOVA. That's on all streaming platforms. TikTok is the same thing. Simmy Nova with 2 A's. Instagram is gonna be Simmy No 96. That's everything.
Let me scroll her information, y'all, so y'all can grab that.
Most of my pages, if you go to my Instagram page, my link tree is in the bio.
So what do you think it takes to, be at the top or be that artist? What skills or qualities do you think you have to possess in order for you to be a great artist?
The biggest one is being teachable. Being teachable. You don't know everything. Networking skills, communication skills, talent. A lot of people are up there and they don't have talent, and that's why they get there and it doesn't last. They don't get that longevity that they're looking for. So those are a few things.
You're right. You got a request to be on the podcast. Breon Nichols, he's the host of the KWU podcast. If you're interested in swinging back and collaborating with him.
For sure. I'll if you want to, my email address is going to be aubreysimone@gmail.com. You can just send me an email and I'll reach back out to you.
Boom. So what made you want to be a part of the BTS Level Up Showcase?
The interview that we did, I enjoyed the conversation that we had. Your presence alone, it's just like, it's uplifting, it's inspiring, and it looks like it's a way to network with other people as well. Because I see some of my peers are on the showcase, and I see a couple people that I don't know. So I see it as an opportunity to network and work with more people.
Yes. So what's next for Simmy Nova, or as music wise? Like, when is your next single gonna drop?
Right now, I am waiting on the cover art to one song, and when we get that cover art, I would say within 2 weeks or so, we'll probably drop the next single.
Okay. So who are some of your I know everybody probably want to know this. Who are some of your biggest influences in the music industry? Because everybody has somebody they look up to.
Oh yeah, Kendrick's the biggest one. Yeah. And I was listening to Kendrick back in 2011, so I see a lot of Kendrick hate, and I'm like, man, y'all don't even know the half for real. J. Cole, and J. Cole, I'm a fan of him because it feels more relatable listening to his music. Like, Kendrick is like, all right, you up here with it, and I understand. But then you got J. Cole, it's like, all right, cool, I can see myself being on that level. And then too, he's from right here from the Carolinas.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Rhapsody's another big one. Same thing, from the Carolinas. And I think of all female artists, I relate to her the most. Like, she stays true to her message. She stays true to herself. Definitely an MC that's grown over time. I've been listening to her since 2013 as well. Also from the Carolinas, humanitarian, different thing. Tomboyish in a way. Like, it feels relatable.
See, J. Cole, man, J. Cole is dope. I hope that I can meet him one day, because that song, last song he put out called Blow Up. You heard that song?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that song gets me hyped for every episode that I have now. Say, you about to blow up. I said, I know that's right. That's motivating. So yeah, he's very, very relatable. Very relatable. So my last question for you, I'm gonna go out the box just a little bit.
Okay.
If you had to write a letter to your younger self based on what you've learned through music, what would be your opening line?
Ooh, give me a second to think about that. I'd keep it simple and say, listening to the sound of my existence. I said simple. That's not even simple. That's not simple at all. That's not simple at all. Listening to the sound of my existence. Yeah.
Simple. That's deep.
Yeah.
Man. So you know what time it is. This is your time to shine. This is the BTS 30 Seconds of Fame. So I'm going to run your countdown so they can get a snippet, even though they're going to get a snippet of your music at the end. So they can get a snippet of your music. And then when you come back, you're going to be on the stage. And this is your time to give some kind of advice to the young generation, because they lost out here. I keep saying the young generation because they need some guidance. Yeah. So uplift people, empower people, and let them know the type of person you are and how to follow you. And book you upcoming. All right.
Sounds
Here we
good.
go.
See you. Yeah. Before Simmy, there was Aubrey. Before Aubrey, there was Breezy. Been doing this a long time, and though it wasn't easy, when life gave me lemons, I would still keep it peachy. Before there were tight beats, I would burn my instrumentals on the CDs, upload the songs on Reverb Nation. That was the intro to streaming. My self-esteem was high, but quality was trash. Mike from Toys R Us recorded on Audacity. Started to gatekeep my songs. Nobody saw my transformation into my growth. Felt all my backup plans. Couldn't articulate my thoughts. I had to find balance. See you.
All right, what's up, y'all? It's Simmy Nova. You can find me on all streaming platforms at Simmy Nova. You can email me. Contact information is going to be aubreysimone@gmail.com. TikTok is going to be Simmy Nova with 2 A's. Instagram, SimmyNo96. And if I could leave some inspiration for any young aspiring artist out there, I would say stay true to yourself, enjoy your journey, and don't let anybody tell you you can't be something that you know you can be. It wouldn't be implanted in your brain if it wasn't a vision for your life.
I know that's right. Yeah, she knows she went a little bit deeper than that. She was about to go in, but she's like, nah, short. I'm keep it short.
You said a couple seconds.
You know I was gonna give you that spotlight. Oh man, but thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you in 19 days now to see you in simple form. This is gonna be love. Yes, and I hope that everybody can connect and network, because listen, we don't know where it's gonna go. This connection, because it's gonna be artists from all over the place coming together in one place. Plus, you got Big Nappy Roots that's gonna be there. That might be another opportunity. So hey,
South Carolina alone. South Carolina got
next.
Yes.
Yes. But thank you so much. I'll see you.
We'll see you later.
All right. And thank you everybody else out there that's been tuning into this amazing episode. One of my favorite artists. Yes, I said it. One of my favorite artists. Stay tuned for the BTS Level Up. She will be there performing live, y'all. So if you have not purchased your tickets, please purchase your tickets by February 15th so you can come and experience this amazing artist. So until next time, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share, and connect with her on all her platforms so you can see what her next move is. So until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and always speak your truth.
Don't push me, please, cause I'm close to the edge like a ticking time bomb, and I'm hanging by a thread. Say I'm too damn calm, detonate at any moment. They think just because I'm quiet I won't shock them with this voltage like I'm Pikachu thunder waving on my opponent. I'm chill but you irking me while I'm giving you warning that I don't know what I'm capable of. When pushed to a level of heights it ain't a returning now from, so back away from me, cause I look, man, I'm trying to ask you nicely. Keep on playing and I'ma make you not like me, because I'm close to the edge. Close to the edge. I'm close to the edge. And even further away from my senses, so far gone to the point everybody thinks that I'm a villain. This a part of me I keep hidden, so once you take it there you can keep your apologies. I promise I ain't trying to hear it. A lot of people try to call me bitter, I call it emotional driven, or easily triggered, cause since a little infant I had to withhold my anger, but now I'm grown and I'm dangerous. Leave your face rearranged, I mean severely injured. Yeah, now you looking real unfamiliar. Vision twisted, how you appear in the mirror. Can't recognize yourself, but I don't recognize myself. Need some time to reflect. I feel a disconnect and need to redirect. My energy transmuted to something better. Not giving to the pressure. Learn to control my temper, cause ain't no telling. Once I'm crossed, man, I can be on whatever. I try to keep calm and not be aggressive, but it is still don't tempt me. Sheesh. Cause I'm close to the edge like a ticking time bomb, and I'm hanging by a thread. Say I'm too damn calm, detonate at any moment. Just don't know how long this little attitude been loading like Simmy. See, I tried to ask you nicely, but you wanted it, so I had to get feisty, cause I was close to the edge. Close to the edge. And you pushed me off the ledge.
Thanks for watching another episode of Breaking the Silence. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.